my playlist. Well, whoever I'm picking up on in the beginning here, you are energized, let me tell you. And again, Mars is the planet of action. And if we're going by traditional Scorpio placements, then you are taking transformative action. Again, if this is a timeless reading for you, you're checking it later, then just apply the energies for the next 2 to 4 weeks. And know that whatever astrological energies I'm speaking on, it's about how it's influenced. And the moon, it represents our emotions and our deep feelings and thoughts, intuition, and many, many other things. But just to touch on that, so whatever sign the moon is in, which changes about every 2 to 3 days, sometimes 4, is the energy that the collective is feeling emotionally. And depending on where you have Scorpio in your chart is how you're going to feel that energy, right? So, interestingly enough, I do share my subjective astrology to help other people understand their subjective astrology, which is not something you find a lot of astrologers to do, by the way. But I like to lead by example. Speaking of Aries, I've got a conjunct Aries in my Venus and Mars in my 10th house of career and public recognition. So I'm very bold in the way I teach people. And I just got the Justice card. And that is the polar opposite with Libran energies. Apparently y'all needed a lesson in this reading today. I'm just channeling spirit and they're taking my knowledge. So, yeah, this is interesting. Alright, and we got the Ace of Wands. So this is about giving somebody what they deserve on a passionate new beginning, something you feel very, very courageous about, very, very strong about. And it's a big new beginning. It could represent spirituality. It could be a passionate love adventure. It could be travel. It could be all kinds of things. With the Justice card, it's your justice to have this new beginning. So I guess we're gonna get into this now, and yeah, if I touch on astrology for the rest of the reading, cool beans. All right, let's go. Hermit in reverse. This new beginning is making you come out of hermit mode. You've gone inward about something. Wow, how to be successful with the Six of Wands. Speaking of public recognition, I knew there was a reason I had to mention my 10th house placements. Six of Wands is about receiving positive public recognition. Let's see what else we got. Prince of Wands in reverse. I'm working with the Cosmic Tarot right now, by the way. If I end up doing oracles and doing a deep read on any oracles, I will use descriptive audio as much as possible. So Prince of Wands is the Knight of Wands in reverse. So it seems like, in order to be successful, you got to put an end to certain ways that you were going about life before. Yeah, it had to do with competition with the Five of Wands in reverse. I also try to call every card out so you're not missing a thing. I do that for fellow readers and TAURUS novice people that like to learn. King of Swords in reverse. Whew. Also putting an end to being not very mentally friendly to yourself or others. Could also have to do with another person. Maybe you're done competing with a... if I say toxic, I just mean unhealed person, but I'm going to use toxic as an example. Because the King of Swords in reverse is somebody who knows they have the power to execute decisions and execute their will. But in reverse, they're doing it in kind of like the Queen of Swords in a manipulative way. And then I pull the Moon. This is something hidden deep within you, within your intuition. Again, we're talking about the Moon earlier and its influences here. Had a lot of emotions over this. It has literally turned your world upside down, these revelations you're having with the World card in reverse. It's also a refusal. It's like you refuse to enter the next chapter of your life because the World represents endings and beginnings, which is another transformative state, I'll remind you, with the scorpionic energies. And I just confirmed with the Tower in reverse. You have just come out of an awakening. You have had a massive Tower moment. And for those of you not familiar with the Tower, it is the Chaos card. And again, we were talking earlier about how the Tower is one of Scorpio's cards, right? It represents pretty much divine intervention, like divine change, because, well, Death card is more divine change, but this is helping you establish a new foundation with the Four of Wands card. And it could be something that you want to celebrate with others. The Hierophant. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Prince of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. Maybe a higher power, a higher authority figure, or your guides. They can represent either in spirit your spiritual guides, or it can represent being a spiritual leader, a hierarchy of sorts. Other people read it as a card of marriage, but we're not doing a love reading. Yeah, Nine of Wands. That's the wounded warrior. It's somebody who's at the end of a long journey in battle. One that has to do with not being able to offer love to other people, which is the Prince of Cups in reverse, emphasized by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's something that is, you feel like you haven't been able to offer anybody this stability. Wow, we're going here again. You might want to check out the reading I did over the weekend. The heck did I call it? I don't remember, but it will be probably linked at the end of the video, whichever one I did last. This has brought you some kind of truth. It's been a slow moving truth. It's something that took you a long time to figure out with the Prince of Pentacles. Emphasis on truth with the Ace of Swords. It's brought all kinds of epiphanies. Yeah, about the Ten of Cups, again, having to do with love, and it doesn't have to be necessarily going towards love with somebody specifically, but like the last reading, possibly divine union and love with yourself, with spirit. But the Ten of Cups is ultimate wish fulfillment with somebody else, typically with a family. It's like the happily ever after card. This one has a singular person on it, and 10 cups, beautiful landscape. She's looking very serene. She's nude, so she's very open. Again, these are not gender specific. I'm just reading the cards. Apply it where you need to. But it's usually a family and rainbows and butterflies and all that good stuff, right? In the Ten of Cups, because it is ultimate wish fulfillment with other people. So this is something you really want, especially with the Four of Wands. Yeah, you've had to let go of some possessive tendencies with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You just had a tendency of holding on too tight to things, whether that be money, how much you had to offer, because again, we talked about manifestation in the last reading and how you have to let go in order to receive. Yeah, you know you can create your own reality. You're just talking about manifestation, and guess what card came out? The Magician. And then the Queen of Cups, in order to be that loving, beautiful soul with unconditional love that nurtures others. You have an idea of how to manifest this reality, how to become that Queen of Cups. How to be creative, how to give love to things you care about, whether that's people or projects or yourself, your community, whatever it may be for you. The Fool in reversed. It seems like you had to end a journey. Yeah, some kind of collaboration with somebody else with the Three of Pentacles. This time it's upright, so that's good if this is connected to the last. Wow! And then we have the King of Cups upright. So we have a divine counterpart here. The King and Queen of Cups. Maybe you want to create, you know, you could be the king, they could be the queen. And again, it doesn't have to be love, but these are the figures of love, of creativity. And the King of Cups is looking over at the Queen of Cups just very lovingly, and she's just, you know, she's just like, oh wow, this is taking a lot of strength with the Strength card. You've had to be very courageous in order to express this kind of love. I really don't like doing love readings, but Spirit's like dragging them out of me. I'm just going to try to do them in a different way, okay, folks? I really do not like tapping into the energies of other people who have not consented to be read on. Sometimes you can read about certain events that are happening, but I choose not to dive too deep into that and more bring it back to your focus and your journey. Okay? So any love language expressed is something obviously Spirit wants you to know. So I just pulled the Seven of Wands in reverse. So you're putting an end to being defensive. This could take a lot of strength for you because if you were resistant to change before, you're going to want to block whatever new beginnings are coming your way. Yeah. Eight of Swords. This can really keep you up in your head, keep you up late at night, suffering, feeling like you're trapped. And the thing though is it's all in the mind, and your thoughts create your reality, and I talk about this a lot in my readings. Yeah, now you're focused on happiness with the Sun card. Good for you. Seems like we've got a lot of fire so far in this reading, a little bit of water. Again, whatever, everybody has a dominant elemental energy in their birth chart. And yes, I can read your chart. Just look in the description box. And then the King of Wands and the Princess of Wands as I split the deck. Hello, fire people. You're back. I'm not going to take those, but I'm noting them. We shall see if they come back out. I'd be like, you know, the leader of the way and then a student of the way. So that could be like a parent-child dynamic with the page and the king. Or it could represent you're learning how to do this kind of like a young soul, like maybe it's new to your soul, and you could be learning from an older kind of authority figure in a way. They're not quite like the Emperor, but they're pretty highly ranked up there next to the Emperor, the King of Wands. So it could be somebody who's leading the way for you, and you're experiencing this new path after closing out a chapter, which we had over here. We had the World card in reverse, I believe. One moment. I know I saw it in here somewhere. I can't find the World. Oh no. I hope you're not in that position. Anyways, what do you want to say about the World in reverse here? The Hanged Man. It's about new perspectives, epiphanies, meditating and coming into some higher knowledge and wisdom, possibly using your intuition and psychic senses. Wow, with the Ace of Cups. This is a big love offer. Or a creative project that Spirit is guiding you towards. And we have the Ten of Cups over here, so it's like you really, really want this. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Whatever you're working on, again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be self-love, because Ace of Cups very much represents self-love. Maybe your new perspective was about how to have more self-love and how to be happy with yourself. And it's like a new beginning. Chariot in reverse. It has slowed things down for you to where you don't feel like you really know where your home is in a sense. I don't know why, but for the last several readings, you know, your heart is where your home is at, your home is where your heart is at. That keeps coming up. And the Chariot card is the Emperor driving a fast-moving chariot. It is one of the fastest cards in the deck. So obviously in reverse means you aren't really going anywhere, or you feel stuck and you're trying to figure out like where your home is, because the chariot can also represent like a mobile home, right, or a caravan, or seeking where your heart belongs. So this self-love discovery is helping you discover all that. I'm going to switch the decks up now, get some new energy. I'm also going to be using here now the Herbcrafters Tarot. Each card has a different plant on it, which I love because I'm also an herbalist. Yes, I'm a multifaceted person. So much interesting things you can get lost on in my channel. So this deck, the Hayas are pages, the Adelitas are knights, the Madres are queens, and the Curanderas are kings. Alright, put that aside. Let's see what the Herbcrafters Tarot has for us. That could be like one message for a part of the collective. If it feels like its own message, I'll clip it. And I like to do that also because not only to bring in both long form and short form content on my channel, different people like different things, you know. Not everybody likes just clickbait, quick dopamine hits. Some people actually like to relax, put their heels up, and just like chill, you know what I mean? That's kind of my vibe. So yeah, if it feels like another message, I'll clip it, and then hopefully other people who feel called to it will find it. Wow, okay, so I just pulled the Chariot in reverse again from a different deck. So that's interesting. And I just got chills on the right side of my body. So this is something that's being brought to your attention by spirit. Something maybe about an unstable home life and the desire to travel, honestly. That could be for some of you. I hope not. I hope that's not your situation, but it does happen. We all go through things in life. Could also be about a journey you're on and like feeling stuck, like you're not ready to take quick movement on anything. Wow. But again, the Magician card, you are able to manifest it if you can get over your wounds. The Nine of Wands again, the Wounded Warrior. And yeah, we just got the Madre of Air in reverse, or the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Wands on top of that. So there's somebody that's making you feel very defensive. This energy came up in the last reading, so it's probably connected to whoever that was for. Empress in reverse. Wow, okay, so this is either made you feel like you can't create what you want to nurture, you can't be comfortable, or it represents somebody who is a false empress, especially with that Queen of Swords in reverse. That's a very manipulative, controlling, like my way or the highway, I'm going to tell you how it is, and I'm going to be verbally and mentally unkind. And then of course we pull next the Six of Air in reverse. So this has not brought you peace, this has brought you a lot of chaos. So why the heck are we talking about this person's spirit? Nine of Cups, personal wish fulfillment, with the Adelita of Swords, Air. So Knight of Swords in reverse. That can be somebody, and this could represent another person, or it could represent you. in the past, present, future. Again, timelines are an illusion. They can be any time, any place. So this could be past, present, future. And I do pick up on multiple timelines because I am a seer. Anyways, so that's like somebody who just doesn't care, doesn't want to listen, just wants to act in the way they want to be. They can be a little immature. So it's possible this person didn't understand what brought you peace as far as your personal wish fulfillment, which the Nine of Cups is. Because remember, the Ten of Cups is with other people. The Nine of Cups is for yourself. And then I pull the the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is a lot of mental energy. It's a lot of air energy coming out in this portion. So it could be somebody with more air in their chart, or it could represent more intellectual ideals. You've overcome something here. Spirit agrees with the applause in the background. I didn't even know I had a live version on here. That's funny. Yeah, you put an end to self-sabotage, and I think a lot of it had to do with this energy of the past. I still don't understand why we're talking about them, though. I mean, are they still in your life? Is that why they keep coming up? King of Wands. Again. And the Four of Pentacles upright. With the Queen of Wands. Okay, so now we have another divine counterpart. This one is fire. King and Queen of Wands right next to each other, just like the King and Queen of Wands. I mean, King and Queen of Cups earlier. When I say divine counterpart, I mean like a higher level evolved person who is in balance. Maybe not in balance with their divine feminine, masculine, and neutral energies, which we all have, but they are close to it. They are a master of the energy in which they embody. And an emperor or an empress embody both balance of the emperor and empress energies. Those are the ultimate divine counterparts. Those are like the highest spiritual love. So this divine counterpart that is not that level is still just as important, just as beautiful, just as relevant, but it may just not be as deep of a soul tie. You know, I'm not going to use the clickbaity words that people refer to that kind of spiritual connection, if you believe in that. But I will say that that is typically the representation of those energies. So this is like a deep soulmate possible connection. And what do you know? I pulled a Two of Cups. And that is exactly what I just described. I love it when I pick up on the psychic energies of the card before I pull them. If you pay close attention to my readings, you'll have fun being like, oh, she did it again. She did it again. It's almost like I'm psychic, guys. With the Moon card. Now Spirit's just playing with y'all. Alright, Spirit, the Moon card, which represents deep intuition and knowing and psychic gifts. It's not just about your subconscious. It's not just about your emotions. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. One moment. Yeah. And Ten of Wands upright. Wow. Huh. And the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, we just got 10, 10, 10. Did you hear that? We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Ten of Wands upright. And then we got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Wow. 10, 10, 10 could be a synchronicity. I will call out synchronicities when I see them, okay? Okay. So let's back it up a little because we got a lot of information here. I feel like this might be for a slightly different part of the collective, or it could all weave in. We'll see what happens when I get to the editing phase of this. With the Two of Cups and then the Moon coming out underneath that, that could be somebody that you have a deep emotional or psychic bond with. And again, higher level soulmate like the kings and queens, not necessarily the emperor or empress, but interesting. I pulled the Nine of Swords and Temperance You're trying to learn how to balance